Hi everyone, it's Liz from Crafting with Nani. How is everyone's Friday going? I see that Sue is just finishing up over on her page, so hopefully everyone will hop on over here soon. I'm just going to try and find me on the book over here, so in case I lose comments over on my iPhone that I can still see, and there I am. So if you see that red live button, that means we're live, and if it's not red, then you're going to be watching a replay, which is fine. If you can just put hashtag replay, then I know that you're watching, and you can come in and say hi, and I will say hi back. And we're working on Cindy's book that I started for her. It's made out of a feed bag and some pleather. Hi Sandy, thank you for coming in. So this is a junk journal that I made using a feed bag for most of the papers. There are a couple of papers that are in here that are like a printable that I printed out. Hi Estella, how are you today? Hi Rebecca, how are you? And but for the most part, the majority of the paper that came in here was like, this is the red dirt paper I sell. And then this is just a bag from the our local drugstore. It's so cute. And then, like I said, there's a couple of printables in here. I did put like a picture of my own horse in and stuff. Hi, Sandy. It says Rebecca's watching. Hi, Rebecca. So I'm going to, hi, Mary Ferguson. How are you? Hi, Messy Craft Corner. How are you? Jimmy Lou, how are you doing? So I am still going to plan on sewing the edge around on my sewing machine. I dug out the black, but I haven't put it on. I will be sewing it off camera though, I think. And but I think that'll add a lot to the cover, and it'll keep it from fraying, I think, in the future, because who knows, you know, I hope Sandy has this for a very long time, and I don't want it to start fraying at the edges, so I will be doing that. And like I said, I got the black out. I haven't threaded it into my sewing machine yet, but the black actually looks really nice up against this. Hi, Julie. Hi, Linda Martin. How are you? So I am going to do that. I might video it and put it on here as a, you know, pre-recorded, but it's kind of hard to film. Well, I mean, I just don't want to make a mistake in front of all of you guys. So, hey, Jimmy Lou. Hey, hey, hey. So this is already Sandy, so like it's not available, but we're going to start working on it. I am going to take the camera and turn it down. Let me know if you're getting any glares or anything, because I did get this new glass top so everybody could see my grandma and my great aunt's cedar chest table that was made instead of it being covered up. And oh, I'm telling you, my poor grandma's going to come after me with that tablecloth because it is pretty messy. Hi, Andy. How are you? Let me just turn you guys down. And like I said, let's hope that you don't get too much glare. If you do, hi, Carol. How are you? Carol, my husband said that I'm not sending the invoice correctly. I need to send it as a different file. So I will resend the invoices out after the live. He's going to show me what I need to do. So anyway, so that's that. So I did pin this to here because that's where I wanted to start. So I'm going to make just a side pocket. And these are the baby turkeys that we have in our chicken coop, and they're really full grown now, so I think it's always cute. Hi Jill, how are you? How's your Friday going? So I always like to add a piece of the ranch for people that are new. We live on a ranch in West Texas, and there's 4 generations that live on the ranch. So I like to always stick a piece of the ranch somewhere in a journal. So these chickens are not our chickens, but these chickens are. So, but anyways, I like I said, I really like to put a piece of myself or the ranch inside of the journals. So I hope everybody's having a good day. It's quite warm here It said it was going to be freezing today. Actually, the news said by Friday it was going to be in the 50s. Well, it is more like the top 80s, like 85, 86. I just told my husband, I said, you're going to need to turn the AC on for me because it's going to be warm in this room because the sun is on this side. So hopefully it kicks on in a minute. If not, we're all going to melt. So, I took my dogs to go get their baths from the groomer. And I don't have any puppy dogs to worry about or fret with right now. So we'll see if it's just, if I get some fret from the, it's going to snow on Sunday. Oh my goodness. Where are you from, Angie? That you're going to get snow already. We're not getting snow. But it was supposed to freeze this weekend. But I don't know where it's coming. Maybe it's still coming. But Texas is a bipolar state. It likes to be hot one day and the next day it could freeze you out. So, just depends on what way the wind's blowing. I think right now the wind is blowing let's see. That's west. That way's west. So, what is it? Never eats shredded. Never eat, what is it? I forgot what it is. Never eat shredded. Never eat shredded something. Wheaties or something like that. Never eat. North, south, northwest. Yeah, never eat shredded wheat. So that means that it's got to be coming from, it's blowing from the north to the south. Gosh, that took a lot to get out, didn't it? And imagine I took that road trip all by myself. I am going to put this little bit of leaves right here that we got from, I got this from Jimmy Lou's retreat. And it's kind of like a paper, doesn't really feel like cloth at all. It kind of feels like paper. So, oh, you are not getting anything from school. Oh my goodness. That's not fun. So I think I want to add that right here, and then I'm going to snip it off and then put the last two I think will fit on the bottom. And I don't think it'll really hurt the pocket. I'm just trying to see if I want the tails. I might want the leaf edges to go in because this part is a little more sturdier. So I think we'll put it that way. And let me just snip off this part. I saw that Sue B was on. Is everybody over on her page watching her? You're supposed to get snow on Monday, Linda? Oh my goodness. Well, we got out of Dodge just in time, huh? So I am going to use, I don't think I need to use fabric tack. I'm just going to kind of put this glue. This is art glitter glue. And I'm just going to run it along the edges. I'm not going to do this outside of the leaf just in case it runs over the edge there. It probably would have been easier if I'd have just put it on the paper instead of trying to do individual leaves. But we already got it started now, so what do they say, best laid plans or something? I don't know. So we want to go this way. So if anybody was here yesterday for the lace sale, I want to thank you again. And I got the invoices done, and they're ready to be emailed the right way. As soon as I get done with here, my husband's going to, apparently I need to turn it into a PDF file or something. Hi, Carol. Monday it's supposed to be 54, 36 at night. Yeah, that's what they were saying. It was supposed to get chilly at night, but today it's in the 80s. It's hot. I don't know why I got sweatpants on, but I do. But I don't know. This time of year, you have to change clothes about 3 times a day because you're either way too hot or way too cold, or you have to layer up your clothes. So I like that. That looks cute on there. And then we'll just tuck something in there later. So hopefully that won't stick. It's sticking over here on this paper, and I don't even know how the glue got in there. But we are going to glue this down, but it needs to be straight. So let me see if I can peel it up. I don't know where that glue, how that glue get there, I don't know. So I want to put this is chicken sack. So I want to put this on this double page. Hi Raquel, how are you today? You guys getting ready for your sale? And Crafty Art by Carmel. How are you today? Thank you for watching. You're looking to make your first book? Wow. Well, I can tell you, you can watch here. You can watch the Messy Craft Corner. She actually makes some great books. Jimmy Lou has, not that I'm, don't want you to watch me, but you can watch me, but I would love that. But Jimmy Lou actually has a bookmakers club. I think it's $15 a month still, and we meet on Tuesdays, and that's where I really learned a lot of stuff. So you can contact the Messy Craft Corner if you want, and she goes kind of pretty easily about how to make them, like a one-on-one class. A lot of the ladies that are on my page here, they go to the class. And I have learned an awful lot from Jimmy Lou, I will be honest. So I highly recommend, taking a little class, even if you don't want to do it, for a whole year or something. If you just want to do it month to month or something, that would be fun. So this is a little bit off. I don't know how, because I measured it, but it's all right. We'll just cut it down a little bit. And I don't mind cutting. I think what I did was I just got it a little bit crooked. So this is why I like art glitter glue. People ask you why you like the glue that you like. This is why I like art glitter glue. See how I was able to, you're welcome, Jimmy Lou, to take this page off. It did no damage to the page whatsoever. It didn't do any damage to the page underneath it. I'm going to have to replace the glue because it's a quick drying glue, but at least let me pick it up without ripping my page. Now, how I put like fabric tack, or I don't really know about the other glues because I only use a couple of glues. I haven't tried all the glues. So this page is just going to have to be trimmed down some more because this is a feed bag that it's going on, and feed bags are not always straight. My eyes are not always straight. So I think I'll glue it down and then I'll do some trimming around it. But since I pulled it up, this is dry and this is dry, so we're going to have to apply more glue. You're welcome. But I do like art glitter glue for that reason. And I was gifted a small bottle of the glue that Jimmy Lou sells or has. It doesn't tell me what type, but I know it's like a pH glue that she does. And I really can't tell too much of the difference between the quick drying it, like the art glitter do with it. I don't really know. I mean, I haven't actually tried to lift it to see if it gets that same lift, without damaging the page. You'd have to ask Jimmy Lou that. Hi, Sue B. Was watching you. You said you didn't see me, but I did say hi. So we're going to do this. Linda Martin says, welcome to the junk journaling world. Yep, just start collecting all your junk. It's so funny. When we were like all together, we were like, I want that piece of paper off that table. I want that wrapper. I want that. Because you can really make a journal out of anything. Like a true junk journal. I think almost everything in the journal is recycled. I kind of call my stuff a junk journal, even though some stuff is not recycled. But I still call it a junk journal. Probably just from lack of not really knowing, you know, I guess I could just say journal. But to me, it's still a junk journal because, like I said, we reuse the feed bags in here. I have vellum. I reused the paper bags. This is paper that was given to me and I dyed it. So there's a lot of recycled stuff, you know, in here. So that's why I call it a junk journal. But I guess if you wanted to really be technical, you can call it whatever you want. There's no rules in junk journaling except to get your signature sewn in straight, right? Linda's a doer now, not a collector. Oh, that's right. Hi, Penny. How are you? Natural pH, yeah. Natural pH adhesive. Now, I bought a natural pH, and this is the bottle. I don't think this glue is the same glue that Jimmy Lou sold. I got this on Amazon. It's very thin, but it does say avoid freezing and shake. I didn't know I had to shake it, but I don't believe this is the same pH, but this one says neutral pH PVA craft glue. So I'm not sure. I did put some in this bottle, but look how thin it is. I mean, it really comes out. So I would say to be very sparingly with this glue if you're going to buy that kind of pH glue. You're just going to have to find a glue that you like, you know, and I know Jimmy Lou is always joking about that she's a glue snob. So I'm not saying anything that she wouldn't say herself. So she says it on her page all the time that she's a glue snob. So I'm just trimming this down with these cute little, they're paper sharpeners, it says on it. And I've had them forever. I used to do scrapbooking back in the day when everybody was doing scrapbooking. And I guess they're still doing it. We don't, where we live in West Texas, we don't have anywhere to buy like all that good stuff other than Michael's and Hobby Lobby. We don't have like any scrapbook stores. Maybe like in Dallas they might have one. But I'm just trimming up the other side too, but I'm trying to not cut into that piece that we did on the other side. And I'm going to leave this little piece right here alone because I don't want to cut off any of that, and I'm just going to distress it. And I'm using ground espresso by Ranger, and I'm going to be really nice and not let this plastic run across this glass because it makes a horrible noise. Hi, Crafty. Carol says, natural pH adhesive by Line Co. is what Jimmy, okay, so yeah, it's not the same then. So that, you know, there's so many glues out there in the world. Just, I know Jimmy Lou won't sell hers if it's close to freezing because she said it becomes a solid or something like that if it freezes. So you might have to just find your best kind that you want. Now this is running a little bit farther down than I want, so I am going to snip it down here as well. You know, it's a junk journal, but it can look nice, you know. I mean, sometimes I don't mind if little things sneak out and peep out. Sometimes I don't care because it makes it, you know, have levels and layers. But I just think because we put the turkeys and the chickens and then here's the feed sack. So I think that's kind of, hi Julie, how are you today? You only have Hobby Lobby and Michael. See, yeah, Linda, that's what I have. I don't have any crafts like everybody's joking about how they can go to their scrapbooking stores and stuff like that. We don't have any of those. So we got to figure out what we're going to put on this page. That's the only thing, too, about not having a set of printables. to do it, and you're having to do each page separately when you're journaling, is you got to come up with what you're going to put on the page. So I do have some printables that Lisa Siegel gave me from, it's called Vintage Roots Digital Designs. They're all free printables, so you can get a lot of free printables out on Facebook. She really has some beautiful prints. So I do have some of those, but I just wanted to kind of not go, and this one came from the Crafty Brother. I like his stuff too. And then this one was from Elisa Maud. So I like this one as well. So we might do that here. Let's do that. We'll put two on one side and one on the other, and then we'll put some lace or something. I'm going to have to cut down part of this picture, which is just fine. But that's beautiful. So let's trim up this. We'll put that on there. And let me cut this off on the bottom. Yeah, you can always get it from Amazon. I don't know if they stop selling it during the winter like Jimmy Lou does. I don't know. Like I said, I buy art glitter glue, and I did stock up for the winter because it does get pretty darn cold here in the wintertime. So I bought a couple of bottles just in case they stop selling it. Because a girl has to have her glue or she's not going to be able to work, right? You've got to have glue if you want to be a journaler. So I am cutting the white off. Some people leave white on their pages. I hardly ever leave a piece of white on there because my eye just goes to that white. Now if it's like a clean border all the way around, that's okay to me. But see how that we're going to make this like a border. It's going to have a brown border going around it. So I'm just going to kind of fold this where it needs to be folded to where it matches up. And then we'll trim that off. And then I might put this on the other side with these two other pictures, whatever I am trying to get out of my mouth. I'm telling you, live mouth or live is, you really do get kind of like, ugh. So that's pretty. So let's round the corners on that one since I do have a corner rounder somewhere. My corner rounder. I have a drawer full of all my punches next to me here. Let's just round these corners, and that'll even make it look like it's a picture on it. Well, it is a picture, but it'll make it look like it's a really nice, pretty picture. And then we'll distress it. So does anybody have any great plans for this weekend besides going and getting ice for their sidewalks where it's going to rain, or do you guys even do that? We have gravel on our roads and on the ranch, so we don't have to ice it because it's pretty, well, actually it can get slippery. It really can. You can slide around out there. We moved to Texas when they call it Texas, what was it? It was the 100-year freeze, and they have a cute little name that they call it, but that's the year we moved to Texas. So when we got to Texas, we were living in an RV park because we hadn't gotten the ranch yet, and we were still looking, and everything froze. Everything froze. They had, like, the electricity went out. The whole town the whole state of Texas kind of shut down for almost a week. Or parts of it, because they lost the grid. So, anybody else? Angie, how are you? This college football game on Saturday. Are you getting to go to the game? Is your granddaughter coming, or are you just going and having fun at it? We like to watch it on TV. There are a couple of colleges here in West Texas that do have stadiums, but I've never actually gone to them. I don't think they're, you know, on TV. Well, they're on our local TV. Our local TV actually broadcasts Friday night football, like high school football. So that's really pretty right there. I like it a lot. So like I said, this print came from Lisa Maud's, it was a free print from her newsletter. Got to give credit where credit is due. So I'm just kind of distressing it over it just so it doesn't look so new. You know, I want the picture to look like it's been on here for a long time. So I'm just taking that ground espresso, what I had left in the brush, and just kind of going over it, just so those flowers don't look like they're just solid white. So now we can probably put this one over here somewhere, and then we have these other two. So let me cut these out, and we'll see if we can add all of 3 of these to it. So I'm just going to trim that. We'll see if we can manage to get them on the page together. And that'll be pretty. So my daughter, I put it on my page. My daughter has a pop-up sale at the convention center this weekend. And I went yesterday and helped her finish setting up. And oh, she did such a cute job. I get to brag on my daughter. She did a great, her booth looks beautiful. And she has children's clothes. And it looks great. So she's working it today, and it does it all the way till Sunday. So I'm not sure if she's gonna, my granddaughter's working with her, but I'm not sure if she's gonna call me up and say, Mom, come down, please. That's what she did yesterday. Mom, can you go with me? So. All right, so it looks like I'm not going to quite get it all the way unless I trim one of these down. So I think since I already trimmed this one, I will trim this one down just a little bit more, and then we'll round the corners. And I'm going to trim it this side because I want to get most of this tree that's in there. And so we're just going to take a little smidgen off the side. But I'm hoping that we get some cooler weather this weekend. Okay, so now it looks like it's gonna fit on there. So let's round the corners on these, and then we'll distress them too. I don't think they're sold out. Jimmy Lou messaged me. I think they're just not on that website, but they're on, she has them at the booth. So I'll have her pull them for you. They're just because she has them pulled out of the store, so people can't buy them through the store at the moment. So I physically saw them yesterday there, so I know that they're there, and she has like 100 of them. So just tell me which one you want, Jimmy Lou, and I'll have her pull them so you can get them. So it's just that when she does these pop-up sales, it's hard. She doesn't want somebody to order online and not be able to get their order, so she takes them out of inventory temporarily, so the pop-up sale doesn't interfere with the online sales. And so I know she has them. I'm pretty sure, unless she's sold, you know, all 100 of them this morning. So just let me know which ones, because I sent you the pictures, so just let me know which one it is that you want. I know you want 3, so 3 of the same one. So I really like that, so I'm going to distress this, and I'll have her pull them for you, and then we'll get you invoice for them. And sent out so they can wear them. For anybody else who's interested in children's clothes, it's called cowpuncherbabe.com. And it's B-A-B-E. So make sure you spell it right or you're going to get a sight you don't want to get. So just distressing it. And then I'll do the same after we get it on there, like I did on this side, and kind of tone down all that white. Well, it's already 30 minutes. It's already flown by. I'm telling you. Time goes by so fast when you do a live. Craziness. Okay, so I really like that. And I could make these into little side tucks. So I might do that, just like, I'm not going to really be able to get much in it, so I think I won't. I think I'll just leave them as pictures. Because by the time I get them all glued on, you wouldn't be able to get much inside of it. So I'm just doing my little figure eights, and not every page has to have a pocket, you know. They can always journal around it. This book happens to be for Cindy, so she can journal, you know, under it or around it, or make a note, like saying she really loves these flowers if she does, or whatever she wants to put. So I'm just trying to make sure that we're lining them up so we're not, hey, what? I knew that cat was going to come. I'm telling you. Animals have a way of knowing that you are busy. He's a crazy cat. He looks just like Fluffy, except for he has a short hair. His name is Bobby Cat, because I'm so creative. My husband's name is Bob, and he's a cat, so I named him Bobby Cat. So I'm actually lining the bottom up with this one, and the top I lined up with the top picture. So that gives this part, and maybe I'll find some words to put in there. And maybe I'll find something that says wildflowers or something like that. So I'm just going to line that up with that bottom one. And I want to thank anybody that's kicked out the cow patties today. You're cleaning your Airbnb tomorrow. Oh, how fun for your next guest. Someday, Angie, I think I'm going to go out there and stay in your Airbnb, treat myself. That would be fun. We could junk journal together. That would be fun. Just making sure I got all the little sides down. What is the, how many bedrooms or how many people does it sleep, Angie? Maybe we can do a retreat there. Invite everybody to go to your house and get together for a weekend. That would be fun. So let's see if Lisa, no, she didn't write what it's called on here. I was going to say if she wrote what it was called, I could, you know, put that there, but she didn't. So let me get the hand off, and then we'll go ahead and distress this page too. I'm just going to load the brush just barely because, like I said, I don't really want it to cover up. I just want it to look like it's been on this page for more than a minute. So I'm just kind of taking it and brushing over those flowers just to age it a little bit. And I might come back in and put some stickles or some distress, or what is it called? It's called glossy accents. And I might put those over the little flower buds on it, and that'll give it like a 3D effect. But if you do this, then you gotta kind of have to stop work because it takes time for that to dry. But I have some beautiful pink Nuvo drops that I could do over the pinks too. And you just paint it on with a paintbrush, or you can use a little tube that has in there. So it comes with this, but I like to use it with a paintbrush to get it a little bit thinner. So I might do those flowers in the pink, but we'll just see. So now we have another page we have to do. That's it. We just have page after page after page. We need a sleep 8 and 3 babies. A sleep 8 and 3 babies. Well, it has 6 bedrooms. Oh, sleep 6 and 3 bedrooms. Oh, yeah. We would need more than that. But we could get like a couple of people to go and room. We could get 6 anyways. That might be fun. Okay, so we're going to do this page. What are we going to put on this page? I have these girls. I like these girls. So let's make a pocket with them. I'm just going to cut them out. Like I said, this one came from Lisa Siegel. I'm not sure if these prints are available yet on the site because she usually tries to wait until I'm done with the journal, but she might have them on the site already. Vintage Roots Digital Designs, and you can always message her and ask her, and she will more than likely make you a printable if she can possibly do that. So she's very good about letting you finish what you're working on before she posts it to the public. So let's put this girls over here. And I think I'm going to put them down here. I am going to distress it because I can see a little bit white. Oh, so there's 2 more bedrooms available at your house. We're going to have to think about that. Because I think you're in Ohio, right? Is it Ohio? Am I wrong? I can't remember. So I think I'm going to leave these corners. I might round the top 2. Or let's see what we got here. I got this little tiny rounder. So let's do that and see what it does. Just give it a little bit. But that would be fun. Well, I'll message you and see how much and see what we can do if we can get some fun. But that would be so fun to get a bunch of girls together just for, you know, a crafting weekend. Wouldn't that be great? Look at those eyes. I'm telling you, those eyes are beautiful on these girls. Hi, Becky. How are you? Hi, Cheryl. How are you doing today? Thank you for coming in and watching. We're just making a junk journal. Yeah, I got Ohio right. See, woohoo, my brain was working. So I'm just going to put glue on 3 sides to make the pocket. I'm not going to notch it because of the girls' hats. There's really no place to notch without taking away their picture of their hats. So I'm just going to push it a little bit so it looks like it is an opening. Boy, it's hard to glue and talk at the same time with me. So I'm going to put this down. And I'm just going to give it the slightest little push, and that'll give it that little opening right there so you know that it's a pocket. And then we'll go all the way around like that. So now we know it's a pocket there. And we can put something in it later. But I love those girls. So we'll just kind of do a little bit still again just to make it look like it's been on there more than a minute and a half. And I might come back and put a paper clip or something else on the top, you know. Don't know yet. I normally don't do much with my vellum. And then this guy here is pretty good. We might come back and put some lace later, but we got to figure out what we're going to do on this side. So let me just do that real quick, and then I'll look through my stuff. I really do like to use this donkey. It's so cute, but it is kind of hard to get it. So I might have to fussy cut the donkey out and put it on this page. But then I'm going to lose his back feet. So let me think about that for a second, because I'm going to just see how much I'm going to have to cut off on both sides. And we'll see how much of the frame we're going to miss getting it in there. So I'm only going to miss that much of the frame, so I think we might be able to do it. And I'd rather lose the feet than the ears. Nobody wants to lose their donkey's ears. So let's try it. So we are going to lose part of its feet, but that's okay. So we're just going to cut it down and see what if it looks like out there. I have them on my, it would be a blast. I agree, Angie. I think it would be like a girl slumber party for a weekend, wouldn't it? If we can get your husband to make us a bonfire at night or something. I don't know if you have a fire pit. He can roast us hot dogs by the fire at night. My dad was actually born in Ohio, and I've only driven through Ohio a few times. It is on the same time zone, I think, that I am in. Well, that's nice. Okay, we're going to lose part of the butterfly ear, but that's butterfly ears. Wings is what I meant to say. Say bye, little foot. We'll see you later. We will see you later, little foot. So let's put this in. And I guess I could have made it a ½ inch bigger, but that's okay, because see, now it's going to be like a perfect little white border around it. And that is okay with me, because it's actually perfect. So let's glue this puppy on. Oh, you're on the Eastern time zone? Oh, okay, so I'm in Central. I was thinking Ohio was, so you must just be on the border of it then. I know I drove through Ohio on the way to Missouri this last trip, so. And it rained like the dickens in Ohio when I was going through. It was like my top 10 of my worst rains that I've driven through. Does it rain like that often in Ohio? That was a pretty horrible rainstorm. It didn't last a whole long time, but it was coming down. You guys probably drove through it at the same time, huh? Just about the same time as I was driving through it. This one needs to come over just a little bit. See how you can just pick this right up? I love it. I love that I can pick it up. Like I said, I will have to re-glue because it is a quick drying glue. But I love that I can pick it back up. I'm just going to throw some glue down the center here. And I'm a light gluer. I mean, I see some people that they actually put a whole lot of glue. I'm actually a super stingy when it comes to my glue, apparently. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm so stingy with my glue. So that looks better. So now we got a picture of something of Justin from Just Craftin' in the book too. I love that. And on this one, I think I am going to kind of tone that white down again just by adding a little bit of this Distress Oxide. And that'll just tone down all that white and make it look like it's been there for a decade. So now we have our little bag that's really cute. I love the bags from my local pharmacy. They're so aged and cute. I think I need to put a little bit more glue. Hi Jamie, how are you today? How's your Friday going? You got any great plans for the weekend? I really don't, other than I really need to scrub my kitchen down. I have my son and his kids and his grandkids and his mother-in-law coming for Thanksgiving, so I really need to scrub all my kitchen cabinets down. I mean, they're not like they're going to come and judge me, but I judge myself enough for it. So let's figure out what we're going to do on this nice wrinkled paper I have here. I don't know yet. I do have a bag of tricks, like I said, on my table, and a bunch of cute stuff. And this old sink. I got some pockets. I have this left over from another one I did from Jimmy Lou's page. Got some wood here. We got a basket of homemade bread. I'm not sure if I can get that whole basket on there. That's what I don't like, is when I can't get the whole thing on. But I have more pictures over here. Don't fret, don't fret. I got lots of stuff. So this tractor would be cute on here. We can make it into a pocket. We have like the saloon. We can make that into a pocket. And we have the saloon girls, or the ranch girls. I got those girls. So we can use any of these as pockets. There's another saloon. So that might be cute there. Has both men and women. Well, let's make that into a pocket. So I am gonna I think I'm gonna take this one that has this little tiny edge right here on it, and I'm just gonna slightly trim around the edges to knock that little bit of white off and give the picture like the old time. Remember when they would come out in the olden days, they always had like that little edge around their picture. You know, they always had some kind of a jagged little edge when they would print it out. Or I guess, I'm not sure what they did. I guess they would have had to have a negative, and then, you know, those big cameras that they used to have. I don't know what the guy did. Developed them or printed them. How did they print them before printers? I guess they must have still had printers. Ink presses, I don't know. I don't know my history very well, obviously. When was the first printer made? What was it called before it was called the printer? Well, that looks good, so we'll just distress that just so you can't see the white. I mean, if you think about it, they had to have printers because they were making money, they were making receipts, they were making all this stuff, so they had to have some sort of printing system. I guess I'm going to have to go to a museum on printers and see how that worked. So that's cute. Now this one we could notch, but I think I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna pinch it a little bit on the top. And mineral wells, ooh. That sounds fun. Don't they have like, at Mineral Wells, don't they have a mud bath where you can go in and get all the mineral bath? If I'm thinking the right place. You can go pay to lay in the mud. I can lay in the mud for free here. Anybody want to come lay in the mud with me? You can come lay in the mud with me. See, I'm saving you guys all hundreds of dollars for going and laying in a mud bath and letting you go play in our tank. Hi, Cheryl, how are you? Hi, Barb, how are you? Nobody wants to come lay in the mud tank with me, huh? It's still almost 90 degrees outside, so it would be nice. So that looks like a pocket, and because this paper is so wrinkled anyway, so let's go ahead and just kind of run a little bit of that, just to knock off any glare off the white. And actually, this could come over just a little bit more. Maybe just run a little bit more glue right there, because the way the paper was wrinkled, I think I pushed it just a little bit too much. But that's cute. And then we have this side. What's our time? Well, we still got 10 minutes, so let's still have some fun. I am going to add some lace to these pages. I just haven't done it yet. You could do it. So I'm going to add like some of this gold lace and then some of my own dyed laces. And I got some of Jimmy Lou's cute lace here. So we'll definitely add some of this to the book before it's all said and done. So let's get our helping hand help. And where is our center? Because I have a picture I want to put in the center. Okay, so here's our center. So we have still have a bunch of pages to do before we get to the center of the first one. It's 67. I wish it was 67 here. It's about 87 right now, I think. So this is the picture I'm going to put in the center of the first journal. And so let's find something to put on here. So we can put like these ladies here and maybe, and the last one I did, I didn't put any tractors in it, but I think this one I am going to put a tractor in it. So we can make this a side tuck, and we'll put this tractor on the page that I make. So I red dye these papers, and I do that to order, so I don't have like them all sitting around. So I like these girls on here. And I think I'm going to make it a pocket, but I am going to raise it up a little bit. And that'll be cute. And then we can put some flowers on the top and the bottom. So let's do that. So I'm not going to round the corners, I don't think, because of the way I'm going to do it. So I think I'm not going to make it a pocket. If I do, it's going to be a little side tuck right here. So let's just put glue around the 3 sides this way. And it'll be a side loading, kind of thin pocket. If I can get this glue close enough to the edge. My one eye sees far away and the other one sees close up, and they don't like to see together. So it's like, if I close one eye, sometimes it's easier for me to get it close to the edge. It is crazy. Just trying to make sure the pocket will have, you know, plenty of room to go in. So we'll do that, and we'll place that right here, sort of in the center. And then I probably should have at least, I think what I'll do is I'll just kind of do a little tiny cutout right here, just so it looks like it is a pocket. That wasn't very straight at all, huh? We'll get that taken care of. So I'm gonna just stress it now. And then I want to, now we have a pocket, and I'll put something in it so she'll know that it's an actual pocket. But I have these really cute flowers. I don't know where I got them from. I think I got them in a Happy Mail. And I think that would look really cute going across the top and then going across the bottom on that page. So I think that's going to be cute. I like that. And I'm actually going to leave it like a little bit so it's kind of going in a little bit of a circle there. So let me just cut off this flower from it. And we're going to get out our fabric track because we're using fabric. Hi, Lisa. I'm using your papers. So there's Miss Lisa, the famous designer of all papers. She does a fantastic job. She doesn't even charge for it. It's crazy. Crazy what she gives to the community. But I'm so thankful for her. So I am going to, like I said, I'm going to make it look like it's a little bit hanging down, not just totally straight. And I like that on there. And then let's see what it looks like on the top. On the top, I might have it go straight. I don't know. We'll see. Let me cut this off. Let's see if I want to cut it off on that side. I think I do. I want to cut both sides off. So I'm going to cut this little green leaf off on this side. I'm trying to work slower so I don't feel like I'm talking a mile an hour, and enjoying my work a little bit better, because I enjoy it. I mean, I love, you like the tractor? I do too. Sometimes when I'm doing like the 1800s or the older styles, I try to keep it to where, you know, if they didn't have tractors back then or not. But so I like that. So we'll put that on there. So I'm just gluing kind of like where the center of the flowers are. I'm not putting glue everywhere, just so it won't seep all over the place. And when I put it down, it doesn't get everywhere. Like I said, I'm a little stingy on my glue. I think I liked it with the orange facing in, right? That looks cute. So I like that. I like it, I like it, I like it. When you like it, right? So now we still have a little pocket there, so we can stick something in here for her. It's time to stick the stuff in. And here's a little tag already made that we can just stick right in there. So let's put the tractor on, and then my time will probably be up. I am going to go ahead and use these cute scissors again, because I do like that look around it. It makes it look aged. And then we'll distress it a little bit. And then we'll make this one into maybe just a tuck. Corner tuck. And we'll decide we want it to be an up tuck or a down tuck. I don't know. I like to say up tuck. We'll have to see if we want an up tuck or down tuck. But it does go great with the paper that I dye, so that's what I like about it. So we could put it up here. I actually think it looks better down though. And we'll just put glue on two sides, and that way it'll be a side tuck. So let me distress it. Thank you. You'll be thanking me. I love your work so much. I don't know. You can tell them if these ladies and stuff, if you've released them yet or not. I told them that sometimes you don't release until I'm done with the journal, but if it's released, you can let them know that it's released, and they can go get their beautiful prints. So I love that. So I'm just going to put glue on two sides. I'm going to put my thumb so I know not to glue this side. Right? Yep. So I'm just going to put a little bit more glue on this one, because the red dirt paper needs a little bit more glue when you're gluing things onto it, because it's natural dirt from the ranch here. So. And I do sell this paper. If anybody's interested, just message me. I dye it with my own two hands. Thank you, Jill. So I think our time is just about up. And you can tell it's getting really hot in this room because my hair is flattening out. And we will pick back up on this on Monday. If I decide to come live on Sunday or something, I'll let everybody know. I'm going to put, like, you get a glue bubble if you don't put your cap back on your glue. And I hope everybody has a really neat and happy weekend. And you guys get to do what you want to do on your days off. And this is what we did. As Justin would say, this is what we did in school today. No. So I think it's turned out so far really cute. I might go ahead and try and sew this. I got to thread my sewing machine. And I'll show you guys what that looks like when we get back on Monday. So everybody have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you on everybody else's page. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day. Thank you for all the hearts. Love it. Thank you. Bye-bye.